Living in Marysville, Washington, Part 2. Should you live here? That's the question. Is this a good fit for you? Let's take a look. We've got a couple questions here. So if you saw my first video on Marysville, I showed you the highlights. We drove around, we looked at a few things. And on this video here, I'm going to tell you really what it's like living here day to day. The good, the bad, the traffic, and who should actually be considering Marysville and who probably should not. Like today, I was showing a condo at Eagle Glen Golf Course, which is northeast of where I live in Marysville. And this fella has relocated to this area because of Boeing. He's single, he's got a cat, and this is a good area for him. He's already figured it out. I always tell my clients to do a map quest or map guide, whatever you want to call it, to see how far the homes we're looking at really are for him and what would be comfortable. And it's adds about an extra 20-minute drive from where he's living at right now. But the price is so much better. He said it's really worth it. So that's kind of what we were looking at real world today. What it feels like to live here. Marysville is kind of split into a few areas. We've got north, we've got like a central area, we've got south. It feels more rural and a little more suburban, but not as polished as Linwood or Edmonds, definitely not. You see a mix of newer homes, older homes, some areas that feel more transitional, I guess. We do have turn of the century homes, and we've got new construction too, but the lots can be bigger here. So it's a little bit different. Up north at Smokey Point, one time I timed it, I thought it was 10 miles from the bottom of Marysville to the north part. And up in that Smokey Point area, Amazon just came in, but it's east, it's out of the way. Honestly, I've never noticed the traffic. I don't know what they're doing there. I heard that there's a whole floor that's all automated. So maybe there's not a lot of people there. I don't know. But up in the Smokey Point area, you have all your big box shopping. You've got everything you need. You know, if you need tires, if you need to get your hair done or your nails, if you need to go to Costco, if you need office supplies, pet supplies, country western stuff, we've got it. Furniture, everything's up here. It's pretty great. The home prices are less for sure. They're definitely less than even Everett. And I'd say it's about a 45-minute to, you know, depending on traffic, maybe 60 to down south to Seattle, straight down I-5. If you get in traffic, it's going to be a different story. There's a couple roads that run parallel north and south, and we always jump around and jump over. There's carpool lanes, there's express lanes, there's the commuter train that also starts in Everett and heads south, and that doesn't hit as many stations, but the light rail certainly does. And I had some friends tell me that the light rail's going over to the east side now. So I'm going to be getting on that myself here and checking it out. And he was going to the airport to fly back east, and he had a bag with him, and somebody said, "Are you going to SeaTac?" And he said, "Yes." And they go, "You're on the wrong train." And so he because the light rail has many stops, he was able to stop and get off and head south. And I told him, I saw that second train rail thing, and I didn't really understand it, but I didn't need to at the time. I knew I was taking number one. So light rail's branching out for us around here. It's very affordable, really quick, super efficient. So yeah, definitely get more house for your money here compared to other Seattle suburbs. More square footage, larger lots. You know, of course, the trade-off is location and commute. If you're going to Seattle, you can work in Boeing and Everett. Once again, if you get caught in the traffic, it's not that much fun. But oftentimes I come home and I'm hitting it. Like the other day I came home and I'm like, I'm going to hit the 3 o'clock Boeing traffic because there's, you know, sections that get released. And it wasn't bad. I took the yellow ribbon highway from Everett instead of getting on I-5, and we just moved along smoothly. But I'll tell you, I will go anywhere instead of sitting in traffic. I don't care if it's even a longer route. As long as I am moving, it's fine. So I've been known to stop in Seattle and just go see a movie because that's just the way I am. So to be honest, I-5 traffic southbound is rough. Boeing and Everett is much more manageable. Seattle commuters, long days. I saw my daughter coming home today and she looked a little tired, but she's a lot younger. She can handle it because she commutes to South Seattle twice a week and she goes into Everett once or twice a week. So she's out there doing the commuter thing and sends me pictures of where she's at and things she gets to see. Of course, if you work remote or local, Marysville makes a lot of sense. And it's growing here. Arlington, I heard, is one of the fastest growing towns of interest, and that's 10 minutes away from here. So let's look at shopping and lifestyle. We talked about how you really do have everything you need. We've got the Seattle outlets. Oh my gosh, with my granddaughter, I'm spending more time there and discovering it, so I'll do more filming for you. We have Costco. We've got casinos and restaurants and just a lot of shopping around if you need it. We also have local restaurants and local places like pharmacies who also sell knickknacks and things like that. So you can get pretty much anything. You don't have to leave Marysville. There's a movie theater, roller skating, bowling, things like that here too. So this is really for budget conscious buyers, first-time home buyers. It's great. People who are downsizing, people who want more space, and with families who are okay with driving. So who should not live here? Let's see. If you want walkability, it's hard to walk around Marysville. It's very spread out. Like their historical downtown is like one street. It's a block. It's like 2 blocks. It's south, and if you want to go to Smokey Point, that's 10 miles. So we're all spread out here. And that's kind of how we are in the USA anyways, I think. I mean, if you go to the outlets, yes, you can walk around there. Have fun, it's fine. There's little pockets of shopping because like down south, the south part of Marysville, there's a strip mall there. It's pretty big. There's Albertsons, Burlington Coat Factory. There's a pet store. There's Staples, Body and Bath. There's a few things there. And then, you learn which places to go. In the middle of Marysville, there's a Winco, there's a Popeyes, there's an Indigo walk-in clinic, there is an Arby's, a Ross, a Kohl's. So different shopping areas have pockets of shopping. And then close by to that is the dollar store. There's some Thai food restaurants. There's different gas stations. You can always go on the Indian reservation and get gas. That's affordable. There's an Indian reservation up north. It's got an Arlington address. It's the second Arlington exit, and I believe it's 5:30. It takes you to Arlington. And it's called Red Rock, I believe, and it's Indian owned gas. And everybody says it's the best. I go to Costco. That's the best I can get, and it's so convenient. Whenever I need gas, I just run over there. I can get to Costco in about 8 minutes. And then, go shopping if I need it. I was over there at Best Buy the other day picking up something for my laptop. So you don't have to go out of this area. It's more of a practical living, not necessarily super luxury, but I mean, you own your own life. If you want a luxury lifestyle here and live it that way in your own home, you can. So the pros and cons. Well, the pros, of course, are affordability, space, access to shopping, and we're growing here for sure. We do have new construction coming in. The cons are traffic. Some areas feel less maintained, a little bit, not very walkable. And it doesn't have like as much charm as like Edmonds. I was going to say Mukilteo, but Mukilteo's really got less walkability, but it's beautiful. It's right on the water. And that's something else about Marysville too. You can get over to the water really. You can also go on the Centennial Trail, which runs all the way down into Snohomish, Lake Stevens, Arlington. It's so beautiful. It's paved. And you can walk it, ride your bike, push strollers, or you can head east and go a half an hour and you are in the mountains, the Cascade Range. So it's a pretty good place to live. I mean, I live here and I've lived in a few places. I was trying to remember all the places I've lived here. We started in Everett, and then I've lived in Edmonds, Linwood, Everett. I went to school in Mukilteo, Marysville. I've lived in out there in Snohomish, but it's really like Monroe, but there's a weird zone. So right up next to the Monroe Fairgrounds is Snohomish. And yeah, we've lived in a couple places. So, and here I am, I'm in Marysville. If I go anywhere, I'm still going north. I keep going north, and you can see my pattern because it's just beautiful. So if you're thinking about moving to Marysville or anywhere in the Seattle suburbs, feel free to contact me. You know, people relocate here all the time. I got somebody today I was working with. And also, you know, I wanted to say, I did tell him, and I really did feel the need with this particular client. I said, it's okay. You know, I'm going to do all the work. Don't worry. I'm going to take care of you. You don't have to become an expert in buying a house. I don't expect you to. I'll give you what I feel you need to read, and I will educate you as we go through all the things you need to know, because real estate's different in every area. And I've sold real estate in Missouri and California. But I do love the Pacific Northwest. Everybody else who lives here loves it. I've traveled around the world, and I've landed in Marysville. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Hit that subscribe button. Marilee.